Welcome. May these words bring you peace. May this moment be a gentle refuge for your heart, a space where you can breathe, turn inward, and remember that even when life seems dark, there is still light. Today, I want to speak with you about something that often keeps us standing when everything around us seems to collapse. Hope. Hope is like a small flame. Sometimes the wind blows hard, and it feels as though it will go out. But even trembling, it resists. And it is this small light that guides us back, step by step, toward the dawn. We live in times when hopelessness seems to spread easily. The news, losses, personal challenges, all of it can make us doubt. It's easy to believe when life is smiling at us. The difficult part is holding on to faith when the ground opens beneath our feet. But it is precisely in those moments, in the darkness, in the silence, in the pain, that true hope reveals itself. Christian hope is different from simple human optimism. Optimism is thinking that everything will turn out well because we believe things will sort themselves out somehow. Christian hope, on the other hand, is trusting that even if things don't turn out the way we want, there is still a greater purpose guiding every step. Optimism is a bet on luck. Hope is an act of faith. Being optimistic is looking at the future and saying, it will get better. Having hope is looking at the present, even in the midst of suffering, and saying, God is still here. The difference is profound, because optimism shakes when circumstances change, but hope roots itself in the heart and remains firm, even when everything seems lost. Christian hope does not ignore pain. It does not pretend everything is fine. It simply teaches us that pain is not the end, that there is meaning hidden even in the darkest nights, and that God does not abandon us even when everything else appears to fall apart. Sometimes it's in the ruins that we find what truly matters. It's when what seemed solid collapses that we discover what is eternal. And hope is born right there, in the space between what has ended and what has not yet begun. Have you noticed how, when we are in pain, time seems to slow down? Each day becomes heavy. Each step requires effort. But it's also in those moments that we learn to look upward, to search for a meaning beyond the immediate. Hope invites us to trust in something we cannot see, but we can feel. There are days when all we can do is keep breathing. And believe me, sometimes that is enough. Because hope does not demand that we smile all the time. It only asks that we do not give up, that we remain even when the heart is tired. Hope is the invisible thread that connects our pain to divine purpose. It is the soft reminder that the story is not over yet, that even when we don't understand, there is a greater wisdom writing between the lines. When Christian hope dwells in the heart, fear loses strength, anxiety fades. The soul learns to rest, not because everything is resolved, but because it trusts that it is being guided. And that trust is built little by little. It is not something imposed, it is cultivated. Like a seed, it needs care, patience, silence, and above all, faith. There is a difference between believing in God and trusting Him. Believing is acknowledging His existence. Trusting is resting in His presence even when we don't understand why things happen. And that is the essence of Christian hope. It blooms not because the scenery is beautiful, but because the soil is firm, and the soil is God. Perhaps you are going through a difficult time. Perhaps something inside you is asking for strength to continue. If so, take a deep breath. Hope does not require haste. It is patient. It waits with love. And while it waits, it transforms. There is something silent and beautiful in waiting with faith. It is not an empty waiting. It fills itself with meaning day after day. It is like looking at the horizon before sunrise. It is still dark, but you can already sense that the light is coming. Hope is this early perception of the light, even before you see it. Often life looks like a field after a storm, remnants, broken leaves, fallen branches. But if we look closely, we see small seeds sprouting among the debris. They were there all along. They just needed a little rain to awaken. So it is with the human heart. Pain, no matter how destructive it seems, can be the beginning of a new blooming. Hope is also strengthened through remembrance. When we look back and see everything we've already overcome, everything that once seemed impossible and yet passed, we understand that God was always present. This renews our confidence that He is also present now, caring, guiding, sustaining. Sometimes it's not that God is silent, it's that He speaks in another tone. And to hear Him, we need to quiet our fear. Hope is this attentive listening that hears the divine voice even in pauses. There are days when the heart is too heavy, and all we can do is whisper, "Lord, help me." And He hears. And He, even if the help does not come in the way we expect, the answer always arrives, often as calm, as peace, as courage for one more day. Christian hope is not just waiting for things to get better. It is trusting that God shapes us through them. It is knowing that suffering is not punishment but part of a process that matures the soul. It is the certainty that nothing is in vain when lived with faith. And when this hope takes hold, something within us changes. We stop living at the mercy of circumstances and begin living sustained by trust. We start seeing beyond the visible. We notice that pain can teach us, that waiting can strengthen us, and that even silence can bring us closer to God. Hope teaches us to walk even without seeing the whole path. It is like walking at night with a lantern. The light does not show everything at once, but it shows the next step. And that is enough. Life with hope is a sequence of short, confident steps. Not because everything is clear, but because the heart has learned to trust the light that guides it. And little by little the darkness fades and the landscape unfolds. There are also moments when hope is sustained by others. When our strength fails, God sends people, gestures, words that rekindle the flame. That is why it is so important for us to be instruments of hope too. A smile, attentive listening, a silent embrace. All of this can be a ray of light in someone's darkness. Hope is contagious. When someone believes, faith spreads, and love finds its foundation and multiplies. In the Psalms we find so many expressions of hope that transcend time and remain alive today. Words born from pain, but that bloomed into trust. They remind us that even the most afflicted hearts can sing, and that God receives every tear as a prayer. When we read or meditate on these words, something ignites within us. It is not magic. It is faith in motion. It is as if the heart recognized in them the echo of its own experience. I have been there too. I have waited too. And in that recognition, the soul rises again. Christian hope is, above all, a choice. Choosing to believe even when there are no apparent reasons. Choosing to trust even when everything seems against us. Choosing to begin again, even when exhaustion weighs. It is a daily choice, and each time we make it, the light within us grows stronger. When you connect with this hope, even the way you see pain changes. It stops being only a wound and becomes a path. Because deep down, hope is the certainty that life does not end in suffering. It passes through it. And when everything seems over, when the horizon feels too far, remember, the night is never eternal. The sun always returns even if it takes time. And when it returns, the light is even more beautiful because we know the darkness that came before it. So if today your heart is tired, if your mind is restless, if your soul feels colorless, do not give up. Breathe. Hope is still there, perhaps quiet, but alive. And even if you cannot feel it, it has not abandoned you. It is simply waiting for the right moment to bloom again. Christian hope does not depend on circumstances. It is born from the certainty that God is present in all of them. And that certainty is what sustains, heals, and renews. So if you can, close your eyes now. Breathe slowly. Feel the life still pulsing within you. Even if your heart aches, there is something in you that continues insisting on believing. And that is hope. It is the divine breath that keeps faith burning, even in storms. Allow yourself to trust again. Perhaps there are no ready answers, but there is presence. And the presence of God is enough. He does not promise a path without stones, but He promises to walk with you through every step. Hope is the light of difficult times, and sometimes all it takes is a spark to drive away the darkness. May you carry this light within you, even when the world seems gray. May it warm you on cold nights, guide you on cloudy days, and remind you always that there is something greater taking care of everything. And at the end of each battle, May you look back and say with serenity, I did not lose hope, and hope brought me here. Hope is God's voice whispering to your heart, keep going, I am still with you.